activation. Okay?
Oh, hi. My mommy's going to show you how to warm up your glutes during your warm-ups so that they're not tired and that they're actually fired up and that you actually feel them for the first time in your workout, period. Tell them, Mama. Okay.
Today we're going to get into the best glute warm up for your glute day. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about how the hardest part of glute day isn't the workout. The first part of the warm up is pretty simple. I have not switched this up in any of my warm-ups. I always start 10 minutes on the treadmill. It's just a good way to get all of your muscles warmed up, increase your body temperature, and really get your heart rate going up. But the only thing is to make sure that you are pacing yourself. So I will leave in the description box the pacing that I use, like minute by minute, from minute 1 to minute 10, to make sure that you are safely progressing yourself, because it's a certain way that I do it so that my oxygen levels and my demand for oxygen, those two things, are going up at the same time. I know y'all have seen the holy grail of the warm-ups with the hip swing. This is considered a ballistic exercise, which means there's a lot of jerking. There's a heavy chance of getting injured, and it just doesn't even do your body as much justice as I found from working on soft tissue instead to start. So there are so many benefits that I have found, but some of the small things were that it reduced knots. So it literally, you can feel it unraveling knots in your muscles. It calms your nervous system, kind of gets me right where I need to be mentally before the workout, and it just prevents injury, and my muscles feel more activated, like the pathway. So it's more smooth. If I'm doing a hinge movement, or if I'm doing a squat, I really could feel it so much more because my pathway has been, it's much smoother. I remember there was a time when I literally could feel the back of my hamstring pop, and it wouldn't hurt, but I could feel like this painless pop in the back of my hamstring. And that's when I was doing ballistic warm-ups, like quick jerky type of warm-ups, and my muscles were still tight. So when I got into the workout, yeah, it wasn't pliable. And next, we're doing some hip opener movements to unlock the hips, because if your hips are tight, if your hip flexors are shortened, it will have your glutes locked up, period. They will not be answering a phone call when you try to reach them 20 minutes later. So I do these hip openers, and over time, I've definitely, combined with the soft tissue work, I've seen major improvements in what I feel working and what I feel choosing to work while I'm working out. And activation is about flipping the light switch on, not draining the whole battery. I notice a lot of warm-ups with a whole bunch of band work, endless band work, and the fire hydrants and all of the things. But by the time you touch a barbell, half your glute fibers are like, girl, we already clocked out, we ready to go home, okay? And then you wonder why you're not lifting heavier or growing. It's because you are tiring your muscles out before you even get a chance to work them out. And what I mean by tiring them out is that they're just not being able to be used to their full potential. Because I know you're like, no, that doesn't fatigue me, so you're not talking about me. No, I'm not talking about being fatigued. Your muscles can still have so much more left in them had they not been like slow burned out through the band warm-up slash activation, and you cutting that short and instead focus on hip opening movements. Also, the ball you see me holding is called a Lacrosse Ball. You can get them on Amazon. I also found them at like the sporting goods stores. Balls, girl, they are no joke. You will be in pain doing these soft tissue work at first, but it's getting all those knots out of there. So invest in a lacrosse ball before you buy some more resistance bands or anything. If you need the full program to grow your glutes 3 inches or more in 4 months, go ahead and scan me, because that's the full Allegations program with all of my glute workouts, all of my core workouts. I want to finish off with the tip that I do when I do unilateral single leg, extra bench here, kind of to stabilize my foot on. And heel, my toe now is pointed upward towards the ceiling. That's the working leg. The leg that's pushing all the weight, that toe is now pointed up towards the ceiling because it's rested on that leg of the bench. And look at that activation. Okay, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.